They want that. They want cell phones. Because her parents, she knows they like, during human Christmas time, to go down to the mall and listen to the Christmas music.
And so it was we found ourselves strapping tape to our knuckles, preparing to knock some teeth out of people's mouths.
Well, howdy, NearlySeniorCitizen here. Greetings, boys, girls, and all of our non-binary friends, and welcome to this, a brand new day. It's going to be another warm one, mid-80s, around 5 o'clock. So, once again, before noonish, I'm going to have to shut all my windows up here and try to circulate just the cooler air that gets trapped in the house. So, yay on that. And it was really warm yesterday. Oh boy. And then when I went out walkies, it was really hot. But when I came back, it was pretty cool. So I cracked open my windows at that point, turned the fan on, and it cooled down really quickly. So thumbs up for that. I was actually able to sleep last night, and that's a good thing. Thumbs up for that. Just being able to sleep is a very good thing. And of course, front-loading the videos. Hey, if you could toss me a like if you like what you hear and see, that'd be cool. And if you also like what you hear and see, if you could subscribe to the channel if you have not already, that'd be awesome. And of course, if you could leave me a comment, that would be double plus good. And I would like to thank each and every one of these Patreon patrons, these literally beautiful and literally awesome people who are in fact literally beautiful and literally awesome. Without their help, I and my hamster and all my pets would be hosed like literal, I can't speak English, literal Christmas monkeys, and that is no way that you want to be hosed. So thank you very, very much. And if you would like to become one of these privileged people, there are links in the show more video description. And if you'd like to help me out without becoming a patron, there's a PayPal. And if you'd like to help me out without sending cash, there's an Amazon wish list link. So thumbs up for that. Hey, front loading a video is over. There's a fair amount of stuff that I want to talk about that happened yesterday. Part of it is what's helping to fuel the extra executive dysfunction that I've been feeling and not able to get as much done as I would like. But my housemates talked to the rental company about the stuff that happened over the weekend. Everybody's angry because the owners weren't supposed to do what they did yesterday. We here, the neighbors, have a contract with the rental company, and then the rental company has a contract with the owners. So the owners have no direct rental agreement with us. You have to follow contracts. They said they were going to come by and just drop something off. And instead, it turned into them doing a basic breaking and entering on their house, and then trying to do the same over here. The rental company is pissed. The neighbor, who's friends apparently with the owner and the owner's girlfriend, is pissed. Everybody is upset over this. So joy. Still, we're surviving. It looks like this upcoming Sunday we're probably going to have this walkthrough finally. So we shall see. Yay. But at least that's been pressing on my head along with a bunch of other things. So, and then I tried to make a phone call, but once again I would have been on hold so long the battery on the phone that I have would have died. It's done it before with that long of a queue. So gonna try again today to do what I have to do. Thumbs up for that. Also, my PS4 had been getting loud with the fan. Not always, not very often, usually when just starting up. But for the first time in a long time, which tells me, hey, my antidepressant or my ADHD meds are actually kicking in, I started playing Ghost of Tsushima because I really liked that game. And oh boy, that fan was doing the whole let's sound like a jet turbine engine a lot, to the point it scared me. So I saved and quit. I had never looked up a tutorial yet on how to open up and clean out the fan on your PS4. So yesterday I fired up a couple of them because since they got rid of the whole dislikes thing, you can't always tell which things are reputable or not. And then I saw what you had to do to crack open your first PS4. Well, the first video said to crack open your Ps4 Pro is you wedge your hands underneath the top part of the lid and then just rip it off. I went, wait a minute. And every video I went to said, yeah, you just put your fingers underneath the corners and pop it up and then just pull. And don't worry, you're going to be afraid you're breaking your console, but don't worry, it's designed to do that. I couldn't get it with my fingers because I said the first time is probably going to be difficult. Using the principles of physics that were discovered ages ago, but finalized and put down on paper by, I can't remember the Greek philosopher type person, but using a lever, I was able to pop the top off on the one side, went over to the other corner, popped that top off, went crickety crack, and then just slid the top off. That easy. I have been afraid of looking up tutorials because I thought I'd have to go out and buy equipment to do it, and nah, you just grab it and rip it off. And for the Ps4 Pro, unlike some of the others, the way it's built, the fan is just right there. You open it up and it's right there. And my fan was amazingly clean. I've had this thing for, like, I think I bought it in like 2019, in 2016. So it's like 5, 6, 7 years old. There was very, very little dust on the actual inside. The fan had a little bit on it, not a ton. There was a little bit of dust buildup on part of the lid. That was it. The bad part was the air intake vents are on the side. You have to make sure those are clean. They were not clean. Oh my God, they were choked. So yeah, it was overheating because the air intakes were full. So with my air compressor, I blew the dust out of all the various spots of it, put the lid back on, turned it back on, and it's silent again. Thumbs up for that. Now, if there's any other issues, it is harder to take apart and get to the pieces inside because of the way it's built. Oh well. Because apparently one of the things that can happen is the fan blows down onto the CPU in such a way that the dust and the dirt can get blown. With the cooler and the CPU, there is the thermal paste. In that area, the fan can blow the dust and dirt in such a way that it can start to clog and fill up that area and push the thermal paste out. So you might have to blow that area out so that it can be okay. I think I'm doing great right now. So thumbs up on that. I'm very glad that worked out. And then I walked to Walmart last night, and if I had been dependent on Walmart, I probably would have been upset. I don't know why it was closed. I don't know what was going on, but they had the employees outside just telling people, no, we're closed. So I don't know what happened because it's a 24-hour store. Something must have gone on inside. No ideas. But I walked to Walmart for the exercise. The fact that there's a store there is just icing on the cake. I would have walked there anyway, even had I known it was closed. So that didn't bother or hurt me. So turned around, walked back. Hey, that was my 6 miles. Stopped at Safeway, and that was cool. So thumbs up on that. Past that, that's the way it is. I've watched various videos on stuff. I really like the Saints Row series of games a lot. One of my favorite things. I feel very pleasantly nostalgic about that game, even though it's not even an old series. All the stuff I've seen on the new release of the latest Saints Row, it is horrible. Just absolutely horrific. And is these people who had gotten the press release of the version and were showing how awful and buggy it was and terrible, they were saying this is the press release version. That's the press release to show the press the shining example of how good your game is. If the press release is so buggy you can barely play it, what is going on with the studio? Holy smokes! And this seems to be happening more often with big budget, big per people, big studio titles just are horrible. And you've got beautiful games coming out done by like one person with wonderful art and stories and gameplay, and they don't crash. I've also been thinking a lot about the various things with my creative setting. I've really been thinking about this one because it caught me by surprise while I was thinking about this. Sociological and cultural changes. For the human race, for like 3,500 years of recorded history, we used horses and carts to transport things and us. And then in the 1850s, we went to railroads. 100 years later, we were on the moon. Not even 100 years later from that, look at our world now. There is so much change that sociologically and culturally we're struggling to keep up with it. I started thinking about the technological world, how the cryptids in our world aren't a part of this setting, but cultural changes happen with exposure and youth. We've been having changes generation upon generation because the changes are happening so fast. It used to be families, and what families did stayed the same for thousands of years. Now, each generation is coming into something radically different, culturally or sociologically, if not technologically, different from the last generation. So what's happening into the cryptid world now that cultural and sociological stuff there is starting to impact them? Remember when yesterday I'd mentioned that I thought it'd be funny to come up with a character who is like a flower type cryptid, and they're really into like emo and goth, and would have like a cloaking thing to bring their cryptid type down into the range where they can appear human, and like they would make TikToks on their cell phone. And I started thinking about that one really big. My creativity had already been going on it, because talk about the sociological changes that would be happening in the cryptid world, where for hundreds and thousands of years they lived as their parent. This one cryptid, Flower Girl's parents have lived for thousands of years. But now they want what they're seeing. They want cell phones. They want to not be rained on if it starts raining. Yeah, it doesn't hurt them. They're not going to get sick. It's not uncomfortable. But all those normals out there, they don't get rained on when it rains. And this nice human clothing that she's wearing, all of the stuff that you would get from like all of the clothing shops, I am out of touch. I don't go out, so I don't know how often people still use places like Hot Topic. I don't know whether it be mostly online or if you still go out and buy stuff in person. I don't know. Well, my kitty cat wants in, so. But with the use of human clothing, they also can't live the way that their parents live if they want to maintain like their clothing. Clothing can't stand. Our clothing can't stand being worn 24/7. It can't stand, you sleeping under a bush at night while it's raining. So they have to take care of their clothing. And if they're going to have makeup and stuff, they got to have a way to take care of that. They want that. They want cell phones. Because her parents, she knows they like during human Christmas time to go down to the mall and listen to the Christmas music. They like that. Wouldn't it be nice to have a radio? But you can't plug a radio in, so you can't even have that. But a cell phone, you've got a radio. You've got all that music that you want to listen to right then and there. And the generation before them, of course it's not going to happen exactly like this. This is a metaphor. They don't have rooms. They don't have sitting on the edge of the bed to talk to your child. This is a metaphorical equivalent. Where like the father would go in and just say, can you tell me what we've done wrong? Can you tell me what we did wrong while we were raising you that makes you want to be human? And then she has to explain, Dad, we don't want to be human. We just want what the humans have. We want security. I'm 14 years old. Normal kids out there, if they make a friend at 14, it might be for life, even decades later. I was 12 years old when my best friend was eaten. 2 years ago, my latest best friend's mother was eaten. And last year, an acquaintance's mother, eaten. I know we can't change that, but we're jealous of this. We want what they have. We want a roof over our heads. We want food that we would like to eat instead of whatever or whoever is out there. We want fast food drive-thrus. We want theaters. We don't want to be human. We just want what they have. And that's a big thing, because the youth would be seeing what we have. And of course, the phone that the flower girl has, it's an actual thing that comes from the Crimson Kingdom, because the person that owned it, well, the flower girl is friends with a certain negative cryptid that don't even ask what his name is. She's not going to tell you. You know, saying that to the parents. But he ate someone, then saw that they had the phone, gave it to them, and so she's got that person's phone. They're the type that, even though they come from the Crimson Kingdom and are more technologically smart, still they kept with the default username and password for security, and so they were able to get into it easily. And so it's the flower cryptid's phone, while she's wearing her goth and emo stuff, with her parents wondering, why do you want to be human? And it's like, we don't. Generational stuff, even in the cryptid world. And I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab. Going to go through and thank however many people have left me comments in the past 24 hours. It's never many, but however many there are, thank you so much. It is greatly appreciated. And of course, if you've watched it so far, this far, thank you so very much. No one is forcing you to do so, and the fact that you do is appreciated. If I mispronounce his name, no disrespect is intended, and even though I count in American Sign Language, well. So we have Lil T, thumbs up and thank you. Adrian, that was really bizarre and funny and strange when I was chased all the way by all those critters. It was a conga line. It was quite crazy. I do enjoy that game quite a bit. The Horror Files, thumbs up and thank you. Greatly appreciated and good to see you. We have Jesse Koskinen. Always good to see you, and I kind of missed you yesterday. But good to see you very, very much, my friend. And we have Jay, thumbs up, thank you. Good to see you in the comments. I'm at least alive. That is good. NAYF, who leaves a comment, yeah. And Metal Winged Wolf, thumbs up, thank you very much, and let's hope you enjoy. We have Insignificant Nick. The Landlord situation. Oi. And Loco5, thumbs up. That was a crazy conga line. Unbearable Suffering. Thank you very much. Thank you. I doubled the thanks, but thank you very much. Oh my goodness. Oddity, greatly appreciated, and I hope the videos help. We have Chris Browning, thumbs up, who has some very good advice on how to get over mountains and such in Morrowind. And we have Potato Tron, always good to see you. It's been a time. Thumbs up and thank you. We have Psycho Jazz, who wondered where I've traveled around the world. In the military, I was over in Europe, but hokey smokes. And then we have Ben B, thumbs up and thank you. Good to see you. Ice Damon, greatly appreciate. We have Rich Ramirez, thumbs up. Shammy D, greatly appreciated. And that is it. Thank you very much. 18 people who left me comments in the past 24 hours. Thumbs up. You get me out of my head, into the world, dealing with real people. It is appreciated. Even if text, even if only in text, I can speak English today, and if only for a short time. Thumbs up and thank you. Well, hokey smokes. With all this stuff going on, So I'm still trying. I got phone calls to make. I gotta get to the hospital for that paperwork. Oh boy. And I gotta finish cleaning up here. As you can see, I've actually, let's see what direction I have to put. I dusted off and put all my console stuff back up here in a way that it's nice again. I've done the same over, I can't mirror image my stuff over here, so that's clean and tidy-ish. I have put all of my loose stuff on the bottom drawer in the bookcase behind me, shelf behind me, so just for right now, so it wasn't in camera. Yay! So I still got this to do, and I got tons. So here's hoping I can get my stuff done. Here's hoping you can get your stuff done. And the Omicron is surging in the US. Please, it's not over. Take appropriate precautions for your area. Be smart. Don't get sick. Please. Oy vey. So, until we meet again, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, and that is a very good thing.